All right. So, welcome, guys. Today we have Neel on the podcast and Sharif, as always. And today we're going to talk about how Neel transitioned from being a full time IT employee to being a full time real estate agent. And he's going to walk us through his journey from start to finish and how somebody that is looking to do that can also do the same thing. So, welcome, Neel, to the podcast. Glad to have you here today.
Welcome, Neil.
Yeah, Sharif, welcome as well. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
Father's
guys.
Day.
Yeah. So Neil, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your journey so far in real estate and also your previous career of what made you get into real estate overall?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an immigrant and I came from Mumbai, that's Bombay in India. And I came here in this country back in 2017. And, I actually was struggling going to school because I have done my bachelor's from India already. And then I did my second bachelor's from here. I went to school and then, I graduated from here. And I was working into IT since like it's been more than 6+ years of experience. I'm into IT, and I started real estate business from 2022 because I felt like this is something exciting and I really like challenges. So I was working part-time from 2022, and then what motivated me was like I made a first deal within 6 months, and usually all the agent they don't really succeed in 6 months. So they are more likely to what do you call, they are more likely to leave the career, like but I was lucky, I got a good leader, and then also I got lucky with my networking. So I was about to close the deal within like 6 months. So so from there I started working as a real estate agent, but it was part-time. But now I feel like this is really good career, and rather than working 9 to 5, I should work full time. And here I am. And also like I am so I mean yeah so I mean I feel like really good like working as a real estate agent because it's like a lot of networking. You get a lot of knowledge about the different towns and areas. And also like this is pretty good, like you have to go around, you can explore a lot of things. And I also try to grow my social media. And you can generate a lot of leads from social media. And to become a successful agent, I would suggest you should always have a strong social media presence. Also the number one thing, you should have a great leader, like a mentor like Peter. And I mean there are multiple things you could become, I mean.
Definitely. I mean, good. That's definitely,
Yeah.
good facts. I came from a similar background, Neil. I was IT and basically I had a dual career. I was working IT and working real estate at the same time. And I found it, I think why I switched over, I'm not sure if it's the same for you as well, but I felt like, I was doing better for people, right? I was helping people achieve what they wanted to do, or rather in IT, people just called you when they had problems and they just want you to fix something, right? And basically yell at you. But on the other side of things, in real estate, you could help people achieve what they wanted to, and goals in their lives, right? If they wanted to purchase a property, sometimes it's someone's life goal, right? And you have that ability to help people rather than fixing stuff to help businesses, right? I mean, is that similar to what you were thinking?
Yeah, that's correct. And also, like, you connect a lot of people, different cultures, and, it's really nice to have like a lot of different learning, different cultures. I also like trying different foods and drinks. So, that way you connect a lot of people as well as the culture as well.
Give us
So,
an example of that. So you said you're learning different cultures. I mean, you obviously you got to get to know your clients, right? And I guess that's how you're learning it. So give me us an example of like a food that you tried and a culture, something you've learned.
yeah, so I have worked with like multiple clients, not just like Indian community, but like Hispanic community, like a Mexican people, and everybody loves Mexican food. So also like currently I have joined the Peter's team, and a lot of people are Egyptians. So I also like Lebanese food. I have tried that before.
You hear that, Maria? He likes hummus. Peter, bring him hummus.
If you want to come by, let us know.
Peter has a fridge full of hummus. Don't worry. That's good. So you learn different things. That's awesome.
Yeah, also like different languages because I know few words in Spanish. I cannot really speak the whole language, but you still learn few words when you keep hearing those things when they talk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Great.
it's a good learning.
Good.
Oh, that's awesome. One of the things too that I noticed that Neil is doing really well at is social media. He was telling me, and I want you to talk more about that too. When you first started, you were going to different builders and developers and just asking to do a video for them. And you were telling me that you were also getting a ton of leads from them as well. So I want you to talk to me or talk to the audience a little bit about that. What got you thinking of doing that to begin with, and caused you to start posting on social media and doing these video tours for the builders?
Yeah, so when you are a new agent, it's really a good thing. If you need a content, you can reach out to the people who has a lot of work. Like developers, they got a lot of properties which is like under construction or it's already built, and it's only sitting in the market. So what you can do is like you could ask them if you can do a free marketing for them. So that way you can generate a lot of leads. Even though if you don't get a listing, but you still get generate the leads. Like a buyer leads, and developer, they just want like they just want to sell the property, make the money, so they don't really care, and they will let make up good marketing videos. And that's a good lead generation idea what I have implemented as of now. Also, like I just try to make some of the videos. I reach out to a lot of elite agents who are like they get a lot of listings, so that way I also help other people for marketing purpose. That way I can create my own content and lead generation. So yeah, that's what I do, and I have been successful in that, and I have a lot of followers on Instagram and TikTok, and I have generated a lot of leads as well. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. I mean, I love the fact that you took the courage to do that and think outside the box. It's one of those things where a lot of people are waiting to get business thrown at them versus you taking the initiative to think outside the box and say, okay, what can I do differently? And this is what you did, right? You went and asked these people to see if like you can do the free marketing for them. And it's like you're doing something for free that's going to help them and it also helps you. And this is exactly what we talk about, right? You got to put deposits in, and eventually maybe that developer or builder will say, oh, I like the fact that you're coming out to me and asking me to help sell my property. Maybe eventually they'll give you a listing or two here and there. And on top of that, you're generating business out of that. So great work on doing that. And I know also one of the things that we talked about initially too is starting to make the calls, right? Like in the beginning, and obviously you can tell me your experience about making calls, but you've been consistently making about 100 dials a day since you've started. Were you doing that before in the past? Were you a little bit hesitant in doing it when you first started with us? And how has that kind of shifted your mindset to it? And what if are you seeing success with it?
Yeah. So I would say like cold calling does work. I have never done cold calling before, but after I joined Peter, I used to dial like 100 calls every day. And in the beginning, it was really tough for me because a lot of people hung up, and I am not really used to the rejections. But now I'm really used to it. I have done like more than 1,000 calls now, and I really feel comfortable, and you are more likely to convert the lead when you meet in person. So you just gotta put some initiative, like convincing and asking them, like I can show the property for free. And once you show them the property, and if they meet in person, right, they feel more comfortable. And when they talk in person, it's a different story. And how you appear, I mean, how do you present yourself, how do you talk to them, also like how do you explain about the property and the home buying process. That really really helps, and that's how they gain trust in you, and they would like to work with you. So that's how I convert the lead. Yeah.
It's awesome. And how many new clients have you met so far since you've joined? I think you've been on our team for maybe a little bit less than 2 months now, right? And yeah, how's that been for you versus I guess before? And what kind of things have you learned so far that you can share with anybody that's listening?
Yeah, so I mean, before I was working, before I was working as a solo agent, so I used to generate the leads by myself. But working with a team and joining a team, it's a lot different story, because you gotta learn a lot of things. You get like, a lot of knowledge from other people when you work in a team. And also like, I met with more than 10 people as of now, and by cold calling and setting up an appointment. And not all the leads are very serious, but at least you talk to them, meet them, and you try to guide them, so that way, a lot of people, they feel like, they never work with the agent who explained them the home buying process. So yeah, it was a really good change for me, and I learned how other people work like in our team, and also the way they speak on cold calling. So that was a good learning for me as well. And yeah, so I'm still going on and working on all the things what I am noticing and observing in a team. And yeah, I feel like, working with team is like a lot more different than working as a solo agent.
That's great. I mean, really, my coach has told me there's three things that make you successful. It sounds like you're hitting them, right? You got to have good phone skills. You got to get on the phone and actually talk to people. And then your goal is to book appointments, but specifically with those appointments, you got to show up on time, right? You got to show up on time, or if not even on time, a little bit earlier than that. And really, that's the skill that you want to develop. Or those first two things are the most important, and it really builds up, to your success. And then the last thing you want to do, basically, with having those phone skills, booking those appointments, showing up on time, and then you need to convert them by bringing value, right? And it could be the free way that you're doing it. You're supplying people with like, free value by doing videos and promoting it. Or what you just mentioned, a buyer, doesn't understand the process. And you even mentioned they're not going to close today. They're not going to close tomorrow. They're going to close somewhere down the line, but you got to bring positive value. So really, phone skills, show up on time to those damn appointments, people, and bring some type of value. Those are the three things that'll make you successful. And good job, Neil. I mean, that early in the game, and you really figured it out. You're going to be great, man.
It's great because also I was just speaking with Alvaro from our team yesterday, and he was telling me, in the beginning too, he didn't have that many active pendings or offers accepted, right? But it took him, I would say, a few months, and then all of a sudden he's starting to see really good success. Yesterday, he was telling me he's got 4 under contract and got 3 offers accepted, and he's got already 2 listings on the market. But then he was telling me one of the ones that recently got accepted, the lead was working with another agent, and he told them like very casually, "Hey, look, I don't want to step in any toes, but if you feel like that agent is doing a great job, great. If you've signed with something with them, great. What we'd like to do always, if you were working together, is that we'd like to explain the buying process. Has anyone done this with you before?" They were like, "No, we've been working with this agent for multiple months now, and I don't even know what the buying process looked like." So he walked them through it. They're no longer working with that agent. Now they're working with Alvaro, because that agent never provided value to begin with. And then from there, the Alvaro showed them like 2 or 3 homes, and they got an offer accepted, right? So it's crazy just how like just little things that will make a big difference. There's a coach out there that says like, small hinges swing big doors, and I love that saying a lot, because it's just like very tiny things that you can do to have a huge impact between your on your business and also on your clients. So how can you make sure that you're continuing to do that? And all it took was just providing something of value, like you said, Neil, for free. And then, hey, this is what we do here. If this is something that you would like us to do for you, great. We'd love to do it for you as well. If you're totally happy where you're at, that's not a problem. So always thinking about how can I add value to any person that I meet, and end result is going to transition into something that you will get for in return down the road.
Also, like, I have seen a lot of my clients, they were working with other agents, but they came to me because the main, I mean, I saw like one common issue is like, a lot of agents, they just show like couple of properties and they push the buyers to buy the property. And if they don't buy the property, they start ignoring them. So that's the most common reason. Like a lot of people, they came to me and they told me like, that's what they're facing. So I always tell them like, I want you to be comfortable with me and comfortable with the property which you see. I'm not gonna push you. I'm gonna show you like 100 properties. I don't really mind. But the thing is like, you're gonna stay in the property, so you should be comfortable if you really wanna buy this property. So I don't try to be pushy. So that's the reason a lot of people, they stick with me. And they like to work with me.
That's good. No, that's great because you're building those relationships, and that's really what it's about. And a lot of people don't do that, right?
Yeah.
They have the commission breath, and they're just trying to, seal the deal and, get a closing. And that's good that you're actually building relationships. You're asking people like, why? Well, why are you doing this? Why are you moving? Right? What is it? What is the struggle you're going through, or what are you trying to solve? And that's really what you should be pinpointing because you're helping people, right? You're helping people. There's a reason why they're moving. That's what we're doing. We're helping people move, right? Why are they moving is the key factor that you should really hinge on rather than the home and build that trust relationship. That's great, Neil. And how do you do that now? Like, what are some common things that you ask people?
So I always try to identify what are their requirements, because a lot of the people, the first time home buyers, right, they don't really know where they want to buy the house, and they don't really evaluate the things like how far is their work from that location. So first of all, I ask them like where do you work and what is it about and what exactly are you looking for. So I actually learned this skill from IT, that always identify before implementing or working on something, so that
Hmm.
way you make everybody's task easy, and it's a lot easier and quicker when you already know about their requirements. Because I had an experience with multiple clients. They just they keep browsing for the properties in different areas, which after they like the house and all, they're like the workplace is really far from this place. That's like too much work for agent as well as for them, because they already built the expectation because they like the house. So that way I just try to identify about their requirements, and about where they work, what they do, and
So, location, that's one
yeah.
thing that you're definitely doing. Is there anything else that you just dig into, like, trying to get to know
Also,
them to figure it out?
yes, I also asked them about like a basic thing, like about the purchases. So I always ask them not to buy any bigger purchase, like buying a car or something like that, if you really want to buy the house within like 3 to 6 months. So that way they don't really mess up with their credits or the mortgage process. So yeah, those kind of things.
Good,
I,
good.
I love that framework that you identified, and you went over it really quickly, but I think it's very valuable. You said, I can you repeat that again? Identify before implementing. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I identified the requirement and about the situation and the whole thing about the person before
Hmm.
implementing, like, so that's like more IT words. Usually people don't say this, and
True. It's very true in real estate and every and in sales and anything really. I mean, we we talk about it too in our industry where you always want to seek to understand, which is really similar to exactly what you just said. It just worded differently. You want to seek to understand before you say anything because a lot of real estate agents think that sales you just have to be talking all the time and you're just vomiting information at the client, right? Which is not true. Like that's when people feel like you're being too salesy or you're just talking to talk or you're just trying to push them into something that you want versus what they want, right? In order for you to provide them with information about what they want, you need to understand what it is that they want first, right? You're not going to just talk about, oh, you need to buy a property here and this is what it is and this is how much you need to offer. You need to buy this location because it's hot growing. Like it doesn't matter like what you think. It's and what matters is what they want, and you can guide them. You're more of a consultant, just like IT. You're more of a consultant at the end of the day. You're gathering information. So like in IT, when somebody gives you a call, you're asking them what the problem is, right? What is the issue that you're trying to solve? And then from there, you're providing solutions for that problem. You're not going to just start talking to them about, hey, you need to download this program without knowing what the issue is, or right? It's the same exact thing.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. So like I learned problem solving skills in IT, and I'm implementing in real estate. So it's helping me out. So yeah, it's good.
That's awesome. And I guess fast forward, I guess maybe 12 months from now, 24 months from now, where do you see yourself going and what type of goals do you have in mind?
So I want to be a elite agent like you. But it's gonna take some time, a lot of hard work. But still, like I'm assuming I can go like 12 closing each year, like from now, and then I can scale up to probably like 24 next year. And I'm just trying to build that goal. So yeah, I'm trying. Let's see how it goes.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
You're definitely going in the right direction, that's for sure. And you got to continue to show up. And this is something that we always say. It's showing up is like 80% of the battle, really, and being consistent. And that's what a lot of people end up failing on, especially if they don't and start seeing the result that they see right away. And we're in a business of delayed gratification overall. You're not going to see the results immediately. But what we see is that people that usually stick to it for 3 to 6 months without seeing a lot of results, they will end up seeing a huge impact in their business, that 4 to 6 months right away. So continue to put in the work, Neil, and you just got to stay consistent. You got to push through, and you already have 10 different people you said you're working with. So, and I know you're actively showing properties to clients. We had our first listing appointment last week, virtually, which was awesome. This was like 2 weeks in of you making phone calls just from the team pond, which is great. So just keep putting the good work.
Yeah, thank you so
Good
much.
job, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add before we end today, Neil?
I don't have anything in my mind, but if you have any other questions, we can go through that. But yeah, I think
Awesome.
that's about
And
it.
how can people reach out to you if they have any questions? Like, is the best method of communication social media, phone, or like where can they find more about you?
So you can find me on my social media, like I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So you can DM me anywhere. I have my email, my website, and everything. Like it's linked with my all my social media. So it's very easier to reach out to me. And I mean, if you have any questions, anything, I can really answer your questions, and I can help you out with any requirements. And it's not about just buying, but I can also help you from the selling side. And I have also worked little bit of commercial thing, like I have helped multiple clients to get warehouses and the commercial space. So I do have exposure of that as well. So if you are looking for something, I'm here, and you can reach out to me 24/7. Yeah. So
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Neil.
yeah. All right,
Thank you,
thank you
Neil.
so much.
All right. Well, if you guys do like this type of content and enjoy it, please remember to like and subscribe below. Thank you, Neil, for joining us. It was great having you. Thank you, Peter, again. And have a great day, guys. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Take care.
Bye, guys.